In July, the New York Times reported that former FBI Director James Comey and Deputy Director Andrew McCabe had both been selected for an intensive IRS audit in 2017 and 2019. Many on the left immediately went nuts, saying it clearly must have been at the direction of Donald Trump, using the government to go after his enemies and comparing him to Richard Nixon.
But there's another crucial comparison to be made, one that exposes the way in which Donald Trump and Richard Nixon used the levers of the government to go after their political opponents. Nixon's enemies ended up on another list, a list that was passed like a note in grade school and ended up at the IRS. And this week, as you know, the New York Times revealed that former FBI Director James Comey and the agency's former acting director, Andrew McCabe, were both picked for extremely rare and invasive tax audits. But the Times also writes, quote, the minuscule chances of the two highest-ranking FBI officials who made some of the most politically consequential law enforcement decisions in a generation being randomly subjected to a detailed scrub of their taxes presents an extraordinary question.
Except it now appears it was just that, a coincidence. Andrew McCabe himself went a step further when he went on CNN.
It's almost mathematically impossible. The odds are so far that James Comey and I would both be selected for the same random audit. And then you layer on top of that what we know about each of our histories with Donald Trump being targeted by Donald Trump and his administration and being publicly castigated and attacked by him for years now. It's still going on to some degree. I think when you put all that together, it's very reasonable to be concerned that there's something untoward happening here.
But today, late today, an IRS watchdog released the Inspector General's report that found that IRS research audits in 2017 and 19, the years that FBI leaders Comey and McCabe were selected for those intensive exams, were random. According to the IG's report after the New York Times broke the story, the IRS retained an outside contractor to try to duplicate the process for the 2017 and 2019 programs, and the Inspector General, quote, confirmed that the processes and computer programs worked as designed, which reduces the ability to select specific taxpayers for an audit. Joining me now is Tobias Burns, a reporter who covers finance for The Hill and has been reporting on this most recent development. Tobias, thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate it. So how were they able to do this test that confirmed that this was random?
Well, basically, they gave it to an outside contractor, and they asked that contractor to replicate their results. And the contractor took basically the parameters that the IRS had and pumped it into their own system and found that their results were consistent with what the IRS had. And that was basically a finding that there was no overt misconduct on the part of the IRS.
And so in replicating the results, basically saying that the names, that Comey and McCabe's names, could have or did pop up in this random search, is that the way they did it?
Yeah, so basically these are things called seed numbers. They're identification numbers that are assigned to individual taxpayers. And they found basically that these seed numbers were in fact randomly assigned. Now, there is a caveat on this. The selection process and the sampling process was cut down by the IRS in a way that the Inspector General did call attention to, and he said this process could have been done better, actually, because the seed numbers, meaning the identification numbers, were not fully carried through from the early sampling process to the later sampling process. That said, they also stressed, and this is room for improvement, basically, what they were saying, but they also stressed there was no misconduct.
Right. That's what I want to focus on. I mean, whether there was room for improvement in the way they do things is interesting if you work at the IRS. What I'm interested in is just this confirms, well, I guess let me ask it as a question, because you've studied this more closely than I have. Does this definitively confirm that there was no misconduct by someone instructing the IRS to go after McCabe and Comey?
Basically, yes, you're right. I mean,
thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider.
And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.